there everybody, it is Megan with another Tip Tuesday, and today our Tip Tuesday is going to be about embroidery. Now, I know we all have our own tips and tricks with embroidery and stabilizer, but I thought I would show you my favorite tips for doing a garment to kind of get things rolling a little bit easier for you, move around, that kind of thing. And of course, if you have tips and tricks too, let us know in the comments. I'd love to know what you do, and maybe we can all improve together. But for today, I have this little itty bitty shirt that I wanted to embroider something on the back of, actually. So, pretty much anytime I do a garment, especially a garment that has a little bit of stretch in it here, as you can kind of see, this is a knit, I like to use a cutaway stabilizer. So I believe in this one here, I've got No-Show Mesh by Floriani, but it's a cutaway so that when I go and try to stretch the fabric, it doesn't do it. That means when I hoop it up and I have it ready to go, it's not going to stretch it and cause puckering after it's out of the hoop. So, most of the time on a garment, I say cutaway because then when you pull it over your head, it's not going to warp the stitching, which is really, really nice. The other thing that I always recommend is if you can fuse it, use it. At least that's the phrase that I remember. So, you'll notice that the stabilizer is kind of stuck to the shirt. This stabilizer, I actually used an iron and pressed it on there. So what's neat about it is with the Floriani No-Show Mesh or Embellish, Embellish Soft Cutaway, and I believe OESD has their, they've got like a fusible woven as well that's similar to this. It's kind of like a mesh that doesn't have any stretch or anything, and they have it with not fusible or fusible. So you can probably see in the light this shining a little bit. This one here actually is a fusible, but Quilter Select makes this awesome free fuse powder, which if you need a fuse stabilizer on to something like this, basically all you do is you salt onto your stabilizer or your shirt or whatever you're using. You literally just pretend it's salt. Put your stabilizer or garment on top of that, use your hot iron, press it on, and all of a sudden that stabilizer is now fusible. So at home, I use it a ton because I cannot tell you how many times I've come home with not fusible stabilizer when I should have had fusible. I've done it a lot. I know you've never done it, but I sure have. So after I have this all prepped and everything, personally, I don't like actually hooping garments, mostly because I have a bad tendency of stretching them, causing that weird puckering thing. So what I like to use is actually Perfect Stick by Floriani, Stable Stick by OESD, or I believe it is Sticky Tearaway from Embellish. So what I love about this stuff is that I can hoop it directly on my hoop. I put the sticker side up with the soft side down. Make sure this doesn't have a fuse on it because you don't want that fusible stuff in your machine. But then, if you can tell, I took the sticker out of the hoop on the inside there. So now it's nice and sticky in the center, but it's not sticky out here, so it's not going to stick on anything, except for where I tell it to. And in the case of the shirt, I figure the design I'm going to do is going to be facing this way, so outward of the machine. So right here, nope, I want it this way actually. In a perfect world, I would mark this. I didn't do that this time, but I'm going to fix it later. I'm going to put it right here, find my center, put it down, then you kind of use your fingers to press it on there. And now I have hooped it without overstretching my fabric and without causing it to warp or anything like that. So if you look, I'm holding just the hoop here. My shirt is already hooped and ready to go, and with the location that I have it, the collar is out of the way. So when I plug it into the machine, I don't have to worry about accidentally sandwiching my shirt together. Because, I mean, I have never done that, have you? I did. Anyways, so when I'm ready to embroider, I can go ahead and put this in my machine, pull up the design I want, do my embroidery on the back here, take it off, tear away the Perfect Stick, cut around the cutaway, and then I'm pretty much done. There is one extra step that I personally like to do though, and that is going to be with this stuff right here. So this stuff is called Dreamweave or Fusible Underlay. It is a really thin fabric that does have a little bit of fusible on the back of it, And this is fantastic, especially for little ones. When you do clothing, a lot of times if you do stitches, they get really itchy. This stuff here is really soft, so it's not going to scratch them. You just fuse it on the back there after it's done embroidering, after you've cut around your stabilizer, and it's not itchy anymore, and it's just comfortable and a beautiful little shirt for them, and they'll want to wear it all the time, hopefully. So I hope you have fun. I hope you make some shirts and go crazy with it too. And of course, let us know what you make. If you want to give us some love, you know we always appreciate it, whether it be liking us on Facebook, subscribing on YouTube, or joining our Rocky Mountain VIP group. So share what you make, and we'd love to see you soon.